Scorpio, something inevitable is happening. Money and death are coming this week, and it will change everything. You didn't land here by accident. Something greater, a divine whisper from beyond the veil, led you to this very moment. Welcome to this sacred space we share together, here at Miracle of the Sign. If you're listening right now, it means your soul has heard the call. And I'm honored to walk beside you. Take a deep breath with me. Place your hand over your heart. Listen closely. Can you feel it? That trembling in your spirit, that quiet knowing that something big is about to unfold. It's not fear. It's not anxiety. It's alignment. It's your intuition recognizing that this week, from November 12th to 16th, you are standing on a threshold. A spiritual threshold that involves deep endings, sacred beginnings, and the unlocking of long-awaited abundance. Scorpio, this week carries the unmistakable vibration of transformation. Not just surface-level changes but irreversible shifts of fate. In the energetic currents flowing now, I see death and money walking hand in hand. For some of you, this will manifest through a literal inheritance, a legal decision, or an unexpected financial release tied to someone who is no longer on this plane. For others, it's a deeper message, something within you must die, an old identity, an outdated belief to make space for the wealth, peace, and power that is trying to be born through you. Let me be clear. Death here is not the enemy. In spiritual law, death is the price of rebirth. You're not losing. You're being recalibrated. And if you've been navigating loss, confusion, or even financial struggle lately, I want you to know your name has been written on the pages of breakthrough. You are seen. You are held. You are not alone. There is a divine orchestration happening behind the scenes of your life. And while you may not fully understand it yet, there's one truth I ask you to hold on to. This is not the end, it's the beginning of something sacred. Scorpio, your ruling planet Pluto is currently activating deep karmic houses this week. Spiritually speaking, this means a cleansing is happening and everything that's no longer serving you is being stripped away. It may feel uncomfortable. But trust me when I say, the discomfort is holy. It is the soil where your next level is being planted. This channel is not just a space for predictions, it is a space for healing. For truth. For divine realignment. I am not here to impress you with fantasy. I'm here to guide you through the transformation already happening within you so you can rise from it empowered, clear, and aligned with what is truly meant for you. Before we begin the reading, I invite you to comment below and say, I receive this transformation. I trust what's coming is for me. Let that be your affirmation, your anchoring. When you write it, you are energetically aligning with the frequency of faith. And I want you to know your words matter here. You matter here. Thank you truly for being part of this soul-aligned space. Every like, every share, every comment, every time you subscribe, you are co-creating something sacred with us. Your presence is a blessing to this channel. It is your energy that breathes life into Miracle of the Sign. And believe me, beloved Scorpio, you'll want to stay with me until the very last moment of today's reading. Because what the universe is about to reveal, it's more than a message. It's a revelation. It's a mirror. It's a miracle in motion. Let's begin. Scorpio, this is the moment where the veil between the seen and unseen grows thinner, where what was once locked away begins to whisper your name. The Key card appears not as a coincidence but as a divine reflection of your ruling planet, Pluto, stirring in the depths of your 8th house, the realm of death, rebirth, money, inheritance, and karma. This is the house where endings become beginnings, where the old identity collapses so the true one can rise. You stand before a symbolic doorway, an oak door that hums with ancestral echoes. Behind it lie the parts of yourself you've buried, your forgotten strength, your unclaimed abundance, the truth you were too afraid to see. The universe is not punishing you, Scorpio. It is preparing you. This card is not about unlocking wealth in the material sense alone, it's about unlocking awareness. Think of it as a cosmic initiation. The key represents permission not from others, but from yourself to enter a new vibration of life. To hold a key means you have access, but access requires readiness. The question is, are you ready to open what you once feared to touch? Astrologically, Pluto's activation this week amplifies your intuitive sensitivity. It pushes you to confront what's been hidden under layers of denial or distraction. You may notice synchronicities, numbers repeating, dreams of doors, or feelings that something important is calling your name. This is not random. It is energy aligning. When the key card emerges, it signals that a revelation is approaching, and what it unlocks will not just change your external circumstances but the very way you perceive power, love, and self-worth. Imagine standing before that ancient wooden door, your hand trembling as it reaches for the handle. The moment you decide to turn it, you claim sovereignty over your life. And when the lock clicks open, what enters is not chaos but clarity. Sometimes clarity hurts at first, because truth always dismantles illusion. But without that breaking, you can't rebuild what is authentic. That is the deeper promise of the key, liberation through truth. From a self-help perspective, this moment mirrors an emotional breakthrough. Many of us hold metaphorical keys to our own healing yet keep them hidden in our pockets, waiting for permission to use them. This week's energy whispers, stop waiting. Whether it's a conversation you've avoided, a dream you've postponed, or a truth you've silenced, this is your signal to act. The law of attraction teaches that the universe responds not to hesitation but to alignment. When you move, even slightly, toward what you desire, unseen forces begin to rearrange themselves to meet you halfway. So, when you comment, "I'm ready to step through the door of destiny," you are not merely engaging, you are affirming readiness. You're declaring to your subconscious that you trust the unfolding. Each word you speak or write carries vibration. In that vibration, change begins. Faith is not blind belief, it's courageous action born from trust. When you act in alignment with what feels right even without all the answers, you plant seeds of transformation. Like a mustard seed of faith, small but potent, your trust in the process becomes the force that opens the next door. The energy this week asks you to surrender control, to breathe into uncertainty, and to allow clarity to arrive at its own pace. If you feel fear, let it be the signal that you are standing close to something powerful. Fear guards the threshold of expansion. On the other side of fear lies freedom. And every time you choose trust over resistance, you turn the key one notch closer to destiny. So breathe, Scorpio. Place your hand over your heart again and whisper to yourself, "I am ready to open what was once closed. I am ready to claim what has always been mine." Then, when you are ready, step through and let life surprise you. Scorpio, when we speak of death and money arriving hand in hand, it may sound ominous, even dramatic. But beneath that intensity lies something deeply sacred, a shift that is not meant to destroy you, but to release you. This part of the reading points to a transformation that is not simply situational, but cellular, energetic, ancestral. The presence of this energy, the kind that echoes through paperwork, old signatures, lost names, and financial ties to those who've gone before, tells us that something long dormant is being awakened. Whether it's through an inheritance, a legal unfolding, or an unexpected transfer of ownership, you are being invited into a moment where the past delivers something tangible into your present. But let's go deeper than money. The real meaning here is that part of your story, a chapter connected to someone you may have loved, lost, or never fully understood, is circling back for resolution. Sometimes that resolution comes with a number and a bank stamp. But more often, it arrives with a wave of emotion, grief resurfacing, clarity about family patterns, or the opportunity to see your lineage not as a weight, but as a bridge. What we often call loss in the physical world, energy understands as integration. When someone exits your life, by choice or by fate, they don't leave you empty. They leave you with a seed. And it's what you choose to plant with that seed of wisdom, of resilience, of responsibility that defines whether the cycle repeats or transforms. This isn't just about what's coming to you, Scorpio. It's about what's being asked of you. The universe never delivers without also inviting. You are being asked to step into a new role, perhaps one of leadership within your family, perhaps one of maturity in your finances, or one of clarity in how you define value. Because the truth is, the death being referenced here is not only about a person. It is the death of an outdated version of yourself. A version that needed external validation. A version that doubted its worth. A version that couldn't trust abundance because it didn't believe it had earned it. And so, something must go. A layer of your identity that you've outgrown. The part of you that clings to safety when your soul is craving evolution. It's not always easy, in fact, it almost never is. Transformation asks for surrender. But surrender is not weakness. It's the most courageous form of presence. It says, I will no longer grip what is fading. I will open my hands to what is rising. From a self-healing perspective, these moments often mirror the emotional process of release. When grief rises, when change becomes unavoidable, when what you once held so tightly disappears, your nervous system reacts. You might feel the urge to retreat, to control, to collapse. But those are invitations to go inward, not to give up. This is the exact moment when you can begin to create new neurological space for new beliefs, space for new financial patterns, space for peace. And that, truly, is what wealth is. Not just money, but the capacity to hold more life without fear. Let yourself feel what you need to feel. But do not assume the pain is punishment. More often than not, it's preparation. What you are losing may very well be the thing that was standing between you and the life you were designed for. And what is coming, though it may wear the disguise of paperwork, of finality, of emotional upheaval, is actually the divine in motion. Change has come not to crush you, but to shape you into someone who can carry more light, more power, more truth. So trust this moment. Stand in it with your full self. You are ready. When the Ten of Pentacles, Justice, the High Priestess, and the Ace of Wands appear together in a spread, we are not simply being shown a story of finances or paperwork, we are being drawn into a deeper narrative of inherited purpose, energetic realignment, and the opening of a new personal economy. This is not just about the money that might come from a will, a contract, or a forgotten policy. It's about the truth that wants to come through your life in the form of financial clarity and empowered decision-making. You may be standing at the threshold of a long-delayed reward, one that arrives not only to provide but to awaken. Scorpio, the energy of this spread suggests that a new chapter of resourcefulness is ready to begin, one that doesn't just fill your bank account but redefines your relationship with value itself. These cards whisper of something left behind for you, not only in terms of legal settlements or family matters, but perhaps a dream deferred, an untapped talent, or a purpose that's been patiently waiting for you to be ready. There may be a literal document, yes, something tucked away in a drawer, an email ignored, a form that once seemed insignificant, but more importantly, there is a personal document written in your energy field, a record of what you were always meant to receive once you stepped fully into alignment with your truth. Justice does not appear to bring comfort, it appears to bring correction. The correction here is not to punish you for past mistakes, but to realign the flow of what you've always deserved. You may be asked to revisit something you once walked away from, or to say yes to something you've hesitated to claim. The High Priestess reminds us that much of this is happening below the surface. Not everything will be explained at first. That's why faith is required. This is a moment to trust your inner wisdom, not just the logic of what you see on the outside. Financial breakthroughs often follow emotional breakthroughs. That's why when we release grief, or let go of old attachments, or forgive something that once imprisoned our hearts, suddenly, the flow of energy opens and things we've been trying to manifest start arriving without resistance. The law of attraction teaches that our external reality bends to the shape of our internal vibration. When you shift from fear to openness, from lack to expectancy, you shift the entire field around you. If you've been blocked financially, this is your invitation to ask, what belief, emotion, or energetic pattern has been holding that block in place? The Ace of Wands here brings a spark. It's a new idea, an inspired opportunity, a sudden urge to act. It's not accidental. It's the sign that the fog is lifting. But action is still required. A flame without oxygen dies quickly. This week, you must breathe intention into what you've been shown. You must engage the opportunity before it passes. There is something sacred in reclaiming your financial autonomy, not just earning, but understanding why you're earning, who you're becoming through that process, and how that power will ripple into the lives of others. Healing your relationship with money is not just about spreadsheets and budgets. It's about finally knowing that you are worthy of ease, of overflow, of thriving not through struggle, but through alignment with your values, your clarity, your yes. So if you feel the nudge to go back through old documents, listen. If a name comes to you out of nowhere, call them. If an idea lights up your chest, write it down. Don't dismiss it. The activation has begun. Say it aloud or comment below. I receive financial abundance through truth, alignment, and awakened readiness. Your declaration plants the seed. Your attention becomes the water. Your courage brings the light. Let it grow. When the winds of transformation move through your life as they are now, Scorpio, it is not uncommon to feel a deep ache beneath the surface. Not every shift is loud or visible. Some are quiet, almost invisible, and yet they tug at the very roots of who you are. This week, as cosmic forces press into your emotional core, it may feel like your inner world is unraveling, anxiety surfacing without explanation, moments of sadness that linger, or a strange sense of emptiness even when nothing seems wrong on the outside. You are not weak for feeling this. You are sensitive to energy. You are spiritually aware. And what you are feeling now is a signal that something sacred is about to be born through the soil of your discomfort. In astrology, Scorpio is the sign that rules the unseen, the emotional undercurrents, the hidden fears, the wounds we carry silently. You are no stranger to intensity. But even the strongest souls need gentleness. This week's emotional turbulence is not a punishment, but an invitation. It's a call to come home to yourself, to reconnect with the parts of your being that have been waiting for your attention. When Pluto stirs in your chart, he doesn't destroy for no reason. He excavates. He clears out what's decaying. And in doing so, he makes space for the fertile ground of faith, purpose, and new life to emerge. Depression, anxiety, and loneliness often appear not because we are broken, but because we've lost connection with our vision, with our center, with our truth. And this week, one of your most powerful medicines is stillness. Not isolation. Not withdrawal. But sacred stillness, the kind that allows you to hear your own heartbeat again, to remember who you were before the noise. The kind that doesn't try to fix the feeling, but sits beside it, like an old friend, and says, I see you. And I'm not going anywhere. When we talk about self-help, we often focus on action goals, routines, strategies. But emotional healing is not always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less. It's about simplifying your morning, starting your day not with a scroll, but with a breath. With a small habit that grounds you, like writing down one thing you're grateful for. Or sipping your tea in silence while facing the sun. These aren't acts of luxury. They are lifelines. They are ways to remind your nervous system that you are safe, that you are present, and that you are still guided even when you feel uncertain. As someone who studies energy deeply, I want to remind you, the thoughts you repeat to yourself become the frequencies you attract. So when you say, I trust that something good is coming, even if your voice shakes, you are planting a seed. And the more often you return to that belief, the more water you give it, the stronger it becomes. This is why affirmations matter. They aren't magic spells. They are the language of spiritual neuroscience, reprogramming the pathways of your mind toward possibility. So this week, I want to gently encourage you to choose one sentence and speak it to yourself, out loud, once a day. Say, I am growing even when I feel stuck. Or, I trust that what I'm going through has meaning. Or, I am held. If you feel called, comment below right now. I receive strength from truth, and I choose peace every day. Let it be your declaration. Your turning point. Because what you speak, you become. And Scorpio, you were never meant to walk this alone. You are not just a survivor of change, you are the vessel through which change transforms the world. And even in your quietest, most uncertain moments, you are still powerful beyond measure. Keep going. The miracle is already unfolding. Scorpio, as the transformative energies of this week continue to unfold, there's a moment now where the reading begins to shift from inner reflection to outer responsibility. You've journeyed through loss, revelation, and awakening, and now, something new is being placed in your hands. Whether it comes through your career, your relationships, your voice, or your influence, this is a moment of elevation. But with that elevation comes a subtle and sacred test. How will you hold the power that is being offered to you? The cards suggest that you may be stepping into a position of greater visibility or authority. This could look like a promotion at work, a sudden increase in income, or even becoming a decision maker in your family or community. And yet, while the external reward may seem like the destination, the real growth lies in how you show up within that power. The law of attraction teaches us that we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. So this new opportunity is not just about achievement, it's about alignment. Ego is not the enemy here. It is a tool, one that, when balanced, helps us move forward with clarity and courage. But when left unchecked, it can quietly shift from healthy confidence to the illusion of control. And Scorpio, being a fixed sign ruled by Pluto, you know well the temptation to hold tightly, to grasp, to protect, to dominate when you feel vulnerable. That instinct was once necessary. It was survival. But now, in this new energetic space, that same instinct could become your undoing if you don't bring it into awareness. Power tests the heart in ways that pain never will. Pain often makes us humble, but power reveals what we've done with our healing. This is your invitation to lead not with force, but with integrity. Not with fear, but with grounded wisdom. When you rise in any area of life, the ego may whisper, "Now I'm above." But your soul knows the truth. The higher you rise, the more responsibility you carry to lift others with you. This is not about playing small, it's about playing wise. Self-help in this phase isn't about fixing anything, it's about refining. Take time to listen to how others experience you. Are you accessible? Are you generous? Are you honoring the people who helped you get where you are? Gratitude is one of the most powerful vibrational tools we have, and it doesn't just open hearts, it keeps us open to continued blessings. A simple act of appreciation, a moment of acknowledgement, a decision made with humility, these are not small gestures. They are energetic declarations that you are trustworthy with more. You may find yourself in situations this week where you're asked to choose between ego and empathy, between proving your worth and embodying your truth. Choose wisely. You don't have to prove anything to anyone when you walk in purpose. True confidence is quiet. It is a steady, grounded knowing that your presence matters not because of how loud you are, but because of how aligned you are with your values. If you feel tension rising, take a breath. Come back to your body. Write down your own grounding affirmation: I lead with truth, compassion, and humility. Let that be your anchor. Repeat it whenever you feel your ego tempting you to control or compare. This is how you stay clear. This is how you hold power without being consumed by it. Because Scorpio, you are not here to rule through fear, you are here to influence through grace. And when your actions are aligned with soul, no force can stop what you are building. This is your moment. Hold it with both strength and softness. And remember, how you lead now will determine how the next chapter unfolds. Scorpio, everything you've seen in this reading, the energy of death and rebirth, the unexpected financial shift, the call to leadership and humility has not come to overwhelm you, but to awaken you. You are not standing at the edge of chaos, you are standing at the threshold of transformation. And the most beautiful part of all? You get to decide what happens next. You get to choose how you step into this new chapter. Will you carry the past with you, or will you honor it and release it so that your hands are free to receive what's truly yours? Sometimes, change doesn't knock. It arrives like a tide, sweeping away all that is unstable, revealing what's been hidden beneath. But beneath the sand, Scorpio, there is treasure. There is clarity. There is the version of you who has always been ready even when you didn't believe it. So ask yourself now, softly but honestly, am I ready to stop living in fear and start living in faith? Am I willing to stop asking, why me, and start asking, what now? The universe is offering you more than messages. It is offering you motion. But it needs your participation. That means listening to the guidance you've received today. That means taking a real step, whether it's going back through old papers, making a phone call you've avoided, setting boundaries in a relationship, or saying yes to something that scares you but calls you forward. That step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. And when the ego rises, as it always does, reminding you that you're not ready, not qualified, not deserving, remember this: leadership is not about being above anyone. It's about being responsible with what you've been given. Whether it's your money, your influence, your truth, or your voice, you've been entrusted with something sacred. Use it with honor. If any part of this message stirred something in your heart, let me invite you to ground it right now. Comment below, Deus é a força que me faz crescer, God is the strength that helps me grow. Let this be more than a phrase. Let it be your anchor when the waters of change get rough. And if you're feeling that quiet nudge inside you, that whisper that says, stay with this, it's because your soul recognizes truth. It's because your soul is ready. So, thank you truly for sharing this sacred space with me here at Miracle of the Sign. Every time you like, comment, or subscribe, you're not just supporting a channel, you're stepping further into your divine alignment. You're creating ripples that echo into your future. And believe me, Scorpio, the miracle is already in motion. Money is coming. Healing is happening. Death is not an ending, it is the doorway to something luminous. And your destiny? It will never be the same again.